Hello, my pals. This is Happy Dinosaur 8000 and Chomp Chomp. Got another movie review. Ooh, and I'm ending my BatMarathon with it. Then after this review, I'm kind of just taking a 2-week vacation for my reviews. But anyway, I am reviewing the film Batman Begins. And it's from Christopher Nolan in 2005, starring Christian Bale. What's that one old guy's name? I'll come back to that. And also, so here's the plot. It's basically Bruce Wayne Bruce Wayne goes to prison in an Asian country. I'm thinking either I'm not sure. I think it's just kind of like to be interchangeable with the other one. The one they're not specific with the name. And Ra's al Ghul with an alias comes to Bruce Wayne saying, "I will get you what you want. I'll teach you how to fight for injustice." Basically is what he says. And I find it interesting how he has like a fake Ra's al Ghul. Sorry, I said that. No, I've been saying this name wrong. Like you've heard from the movie for like 2 hours. I know in the cartoon, it's pronounced Ra's al Ghul, but for years I've been saying Ra's al Ghul as a Ghul. So I'm still kind of using it interchangeably to some extent. But anyway, back to the plot. Basically, Bruce Wayne goes through ninja training, aiming for the League of Shadows. And they're like, "We want you to kill this man, Bruce Wayne." And he's like, "Nope, I cannot do it." It's not just I'm not an executioner. And I find it interesting how it's like early, at one point in this movie we see him, like being teens to 20-year-old. He goes to the court hearing of the killer that killed his parents. And so I like how they stayed faithful to who killed his parents this time. In the comics, it's Joe Chill who gunned down Batman's parents. And so if I remember correctly, but still, we find out Bruce Wayne was planning to shoot Joe Chill with a hidden gun. And before he can, another person shoots him. A criminal shoots him. Some mobsters particularly. And I find one thing kind of funny here, where he's sort of friends and dating this one district attorney. And she's like, he mentions that he planned to kill Joe Chill at the hearing until someone else did it, and she's like, he just slaps him in the face. He's like, how could you? I'm ashamed of you. Like, this guy had conspiracy to commit murder. You're not gonna turn him in. And then Bruce Wayne goes with a meeting to a crime boss, and he just basically gets tossed out. Then goes to live across the world as a poor criminal, basically, and that's where we meet up with him and Ra's al Ghul in the prison. It's out of order, or just back and forth. And essentially, this is very intriguing in how they sort of get and all this information delivered, because we see I'm kind of tired right now. That's why I'm doing this. I'm talking about this. But we see Thomas Wayne in this son in Iraq acting like we get one word or we get one phrase that's basically said again in the movie by Alfred. It's like, "Bruce, why do we fall? to pick ourselves back up. That's why after Bruce Wayne falls in the well, gets swarmed with bats that he's scared of. And I just found this one thing pretty funny. And he also, if you hear noise, it's probably my neighbor's car. But anyway, yeah, I find this kind of interesting where it's like Bruce Wayne comes back to Gotham from after training with the League of Shadows, and he's just it's like he goes to the gadgets division of his company, the science division, and I'm just kind of laughing a bit. He's like, "Hey, what do you And Lucius Fox played by Morgan Freeman. He's like, "What are you going to use this bulletproof armor for?" And like, spelunking. And like he goes back there a few times from the movie, and he's like, eventually gets to the point where he's saying, in the fall, where basically just saying the word, "Bruce, don't give me lies. I want to be able to not know crap if I get arrested for this." But it's kind of hilarious where it's where he gets fired. That's not the funny part. The funny part is like Bruce tells him go back to the lab, and I'm like, he just got fired. How's he gonna get in there? We meet Dr. Jonathan Crane, in who turns out to be the Scarecrow. Who at one point lights Batman on fire. And poisons him and with toxic hallucinogenic gas that makes people see scary things, called fear gas, as in the comics. And we also see this one that was laughing a bit, well, not heavily, just a chuckle. Like we see the fake Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul will die, and like this one lady's like, "Bruce, I want you to meet someone on Ra's al Ghul." And he's just like, "I saw Ra's al Ghul die before my eyes." Like, he's an assistant. He must be the real Ra's al Ghul. And like his plan is basically to drive Gotham crazy with Scarecrow's fear gas, and Batman stops him by basically destroying the train, and he was going to use to distribute the fear gas all over the city. And the film ends with his girlfriend, and I think her name was Rachel Dawes, us basically returning and giving him this one spearhead they found on Wayne Manor in her grounds when they were kids. And I was like, why would you still have that? That it's sort of like it's like your elementary school friend having that Pokemon card you gave him, and like, this really belongs to you at your high school reunion. Basically basically out of nowhere. And we end this movie with the bat signal being established. There's no Commissioner Gordon. Jim Gordon is not commissioner yet in his first movie. He's first sergeant and lieutenant, which I'm like, it's sort of like I'm just kind of indifferent to that thing where it's like, you couldn't have him be commissioner. Why? I guess why, because it's like he wouldn't allow the corruption of the cops in this movie, but I'm like, I guess that's why. But still, well, I give this movie dinosaur approval. Well, I give it, but I'm thinking just an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good, but I still prefer Tim Burton's Batman more. or and that's my review. I thank you all for watching. Chomp chomp and have a very happy night. Bye.